Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Um, and this is a continuation of the last lesson where we made the golden blade thing, where if you can create some webs which can trap enemies. Last lesson we created the blade itself. This lesson we're going to create the web and coding the web getting placed down. So now let's start. Alright. Um, First thing we need to do is creating the golden web entity. So let's go down here, create a new golden web entity. And the code is very similar, though there are some differences. Registry object entity type golden web entity. So you see, instead of registry object item, it's a golden web entity, because the web is an entity and an item. Golden web is entities that register, and first parameter is always the name, and then of course we have the parentheses followed by the arrow, and after the arrow actually going to do something different. Entity type dot builder dot golden web entity of golden web entity new mob category dot miscellaneous. And then dot sized 3.0f 2.0f dot client tracking range 64 dot update interval. Oh shoot, what this thing? The update interval is 2 dot build example mod dot mod id plus golden web. Alright, I'm gonna ignore this. You probably don't have this, it's just computers being weird. Obviously it's a comment, so you really can't have an error on a comment. Let's focus in here. I could start with mob category. I don't know how I missed that. So to fix mob category, it's easy. Just import it, so it's the same path as the entity type, except you write mob category, which would fix this. Now time for the big problem, golden web entity, which is similar to the golden web blade, except golden web entity is actually going to have lots of code, so you really also can't like do this with golden web and with entity. And also golden web blade, we're also going to add more code later to like link with golden web entity. Okay, so new class, because that's golden web entity, golden web entity.job. Alright. Um, okay. Now let's import the things we need. So, I'm actually going to copy and paste this from another one, because, well, I don't want to manually type it. You can copy it down if you want. Alright, now I got out of the way. Now I can start coding. So, extends. Oh wait, did I explain everything over here? Okay, let's explain everything over here first. So, Golden Web Entity is what we have. So, entity-type.builder, and new Golden Web Entity. The mob category is miscellaneous. So it's not a mob, so it's miscellaneous. This is its size. 64. So 64 blocks away, it disappears. I mean, you can't see it. Update interval is like how many ticks it gets updated. So every 2 ticks it gets updated. So it moves, I think. Well, just don't worry about this. And then dot build here. Okay, extends entity. Right now, first thing we want to do is build a constructor. Because we need a constructor for this. So public golden web entity type extends golden web entity type level. So, and yeah, so what we have up here, okay, so we have this golden web entity, and then the little parameter things are the level, so client or server side, and then type, which we'll get into more later. And client and server side, they're just two things that work together to make the game. Okay, and you'll get to know more about as we go on. So let's go super type level. The two things we have, and that was supposed to be a semicolon. This dot no physics equals true, and the reason there's no physics is because we're actually going to manually do the physics. So super type level, and then there's no physics. That's just the constructor. Okay, but you'll notice that there's still a golden web entity here, and that's because, well, we have lots of since extends entity, we still have lots of methods we haven't implemented yet that we have to implement. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so override protected protected void read additional save data. If you remember, which I remember, is over here. Okay, well, I didn't remember them in order, but read, this is the one of them. Compound tag should do it. So basically we technically implemented them, however there's we just left them blank. Just left them blank. And if you go up here, you can see Oh, compound tag. I spelled that wrong. Okay. It's none. Wait, why is there one? Did I delete additional? Okay, so it's not. It's Java being goofy. Let's take a. Oh, okay. I forgot compound tag. So we can't just put. We need to type. Have like a variable name for this compound tag. All right. To override protected void. Add additional save data. Compound tag also. You can see up here. Wow. If I deleted this, you'll be able to see compound tag over there. So yeah, compound tag the wrong brackets, the curly brackets. All right, and let's see. We still have entity that defines synced data left, and I'm gonna put this over here because it's a bit more complicated. It's not just compound tag. We can't start everything here. Protected void define synced data. Entity data dot define lifetime ticks. Also, this one we're actually using, I'm pretty sure. 2000 times 8. And this is, never mind. Entity data dot define height. No, height. Actually, I don't know what makes more sense if we do with, I mean, for me, it just makes more sense. Data dot define height. 5 points. F. And data dot define owner optional dot empty. So these things just define. Why is there an error here? I mean, I know there's supposed to be errors here, but I'm not sure. Okay. So obviously these are things to define sync data for the for the for the Golden Web entity. Yeah, so lifetime ticks is how long it lasts. So this in Minecraft they measure time with ticks. There are 20 ticks in a second. So we can do math to figure this out. And then height and width are defined here. However, these things are not defined. We know what these are, but Java doesn't. So let's tell Java what it is. Synced data. Private static, so private sub. Only this class can use it. Entity data accessor. So the ticks are integers. lifetime ticks, so private static, and then we take the integer from the accessor class, call it we call it lifetime ticks. Like this is just making the first part, and then we gotta define what's this. So synced data entity that define ID golden web entity dot class entity data serializers the integer. Well, entity golden web entity dot class, you know, and then you don't have to worry much about entity data serializers. Why is there an error over here? Cannot be resolved. Oh, haha. Okay, now there's no error. Just oh, is it because IDs like shouldn't be all caps? I don't know. No. Oh, one cap, one not cap. Okay, strange. Okay, let's do the same thing with. That's a float because of the F here. Float. There's an error at float. Oh, well, if you look at integer, you'll see. It's like this. And then height. It's the same thing. And finally we have the owner, which just is only a bit more code. So wait, let me try to figure this out. Is it owner, and then is it optional dot empty over here? It's not. Oh wait, I think I know what it is. It's actually optional. Yeah, optional UUID. UUID is like a unique ID to one thing. And yeah. So then over here it's dot optional UUID. Okay. Alright. That's good. Now I think we can actually, instead of why does this look strange? Okay. That's just their problem. Okay, once you go back here, you can go up over here and see that. You can see, where is, okay, deferred register, yeah. You recognize this, right? Oh, look at the color. It's all messed up, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, well, you know, all the new entities, mode tabs, and everything, they're going to be stored here, right? And now we needed a way to implement them. I'm not implement, registered. So, which is over here. So blocks.register, items that creative mode tabs.register. But no entities that register. And let's fix that. Easy fix. Easy fix. Alright, now let's go to Golden Web Blade. And connect the Golden Web Blade with the Golden Web entity. So, before we do that though, we still need to import more things. I copied and pasted these because I don't want to type them on by hand. You can see here, you can pause the video or to copy them if you want. Alright, now, going up, okay, you already know that, right? The tiers, things, well, let's, connect this with the Golden Web entity. So, override public interaction result holder item stack use level player interaction hand. Why is level like this? Did I do that? Well, this kind of looks cool, but okay. Use level. Is there a space? Doesn't matter. And why are there two spaces here? Okay, whatever. For my previous time coding this, I think this, I think this is going to just disappear as we keep on coding. Alright, so level, the client or server side, the player, so the person creating the web, and the interaction hand is your default right hand, but you can switch to left hand. It's just the main hand you use in Minecraft. So if the level is client side, then return interaction result holder dot success player dot get item in hand. That's not the arrow keys. Okay, so if the level is the client side, then interaction result holder is a success. Golden web, the golden sword. So right clicking will get you the thing. Server level server equals server level fact3 look equals player dot get looking angle. So this makes sure that the player, well, the web always faces the same way to the player, so it doesn't just go. So because it's the Minecraft has a 3D game, we don't want the web to always face like north or something when you want to place it somewhere else, like facing somewhere else. We want it to face you. Yeah, face you. Get looking angle is undefined. Let's fix that later. Hit result. Hit is player dot pick 6 0 float false. So put hit result. So if you get hit this by this, then you so you can get hit up to 6 blocks away, and then no interpolation between ticks, and it's not fluid. So that's what these are: 0, F, and false. And then vec 3, the center of the center is vec 3, and then hit get location is the thing. Get looking angle. Is it get luck angle? Oh, it's get luck angle. Okay. Now, let's have the shape of the web. So with, also double it, if you need a Java double, it doesn't mean it's 2, it's a kind of variable, I think. Yeah, type the variable. Double thickness. 0.12. So if it's sort of short, you can that then you'll be able to tell that 0.12 is that the web is actually very thin. That's what you can see from over here. Yes, it is. And then the height and width. Yeah. Now, also, when you watch the video, did you notice this having an error and it erroring? What? Well, it's supposed to do that. Oh, yeah, see, golden web entity web. So we have a web, and we know it's an entity, and more specifically a golden web entity. So that's the variable. And it's a new golden web entity. Example mod dot golden web dot get server. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, and then the next two lines are going to be things we haven't defined yet. Set owner, and the parameter is player, and then configure. Center, look, width, height, thickness 8 times 2000 are the parameters. And yeah, I can see the errors. Yeah, so we might want to define these. However, this is it for this lesson. Next lesson we'll build these, as well as other things. So, bye.